Hello, Cavaliers, and welcome to Remediation 101. This is Mrs. Pankratz, Assistant Principal of Discipline, helping you get your grades back on track. In your classes, you may have heard the word remediation and might be wondering, what does that mean? In an educational setting like a classroom, remediation means to teach again content or material that students previously did not learn. Or maybe you didn't have a chance to complete it. The remediation process is going to help you relearn and redo some of those assignments to help fix those grades from first semester. This process may look different from class to class, but your remediation journey is going to begin with a letter sent home from Montclair High School. Hopefully by now, you should have received a letter like the one on the left. Let's look at it in depth. You'll notice in the first paragraph that we also want to make you guys aware of a great opportunity for your child to improve unsatisfactory grades for the first semester. That's the why. We want you guys to know that those first semester grades can be fixed or possibly be fixed depending on your teacher and the grade percentage you earned. How we're going to do that is going to be by these 4 remediation strategies that we're going to look at a little bit more later. Why are we doing this? We want to keep our students on track for graduation. We want to allow our students to have more options for their post-secondary plans like meeting A through G requirements. And lastly, we want to create hope for our students and their families in these challenging times. Your letters table will be formatted as such. All courses where you earned a grade of D or F will be labeled on the far left. The grade where you earned the D or F will be marked in the middle. And your teacher from first semester will be on the far right. Here's one that's blown up. We have our English, grade of a D, which we would like to remediate, and the teacher's name. You have 4 remediation options. Option 1 is that you will validate first semester grade with second semester grade. This means that a grade of a C or better earned in second semester will help change the grade from first semester. Option 2, you can redo and or complete assignments or assessments like tests from first semester. Option 3, complete a new Canvas course with first semester content that has been assigned by your teacher. And lastly, option 4, you will repeat the course through an Apex learning platform or an after-school direct instruction class. It is very important that you reach out to each of your teachers to see which option is right for you. To complete your remediation, I am going to encourage the concept of SMART goals. So of course we all want to remediate our grades, but how do we do that? Well, when we use a SMART goal, we're going to term a specific goal. So in this case, we want to fix the grade from maybe your science class, math class, or English class. Very specific. Measurable. We're going to have to count here. This could be measuring the number of assignments that we need to complete or monitoring percentages so that we get to that passing grade. Attainable. Sometimes we receive our report cards and we think, oh my gosh, how did I get to this place? I have no idea how to get out of it. The attainable part is going to be the doable part. Yes, you can do this, and we're going to show you how. Relevant. This means why is it important to you? So as we talked about earlier, we want to give you guys options for A through G completion. We want to give you guys hope, and we want to make sure you're graduate ready. And lastly, time-based. We can't just say, I'm going to pass all my classes. We need to know when. So we're going to set a specific date in which you're going to have these assignments complete so you have something to progress monitor. One tool that will be handed out to you is a SMART Goal Remediation Plan template. You will notice in your template that you'll have periods 1 through 7 listed on the far left. You will go back and enter your class title. If you don't have a 0 period, you'll simply write none. Maybe you have a biology class here, an English class there. Maybe you passed 4th period. You can just skip this one and move on. In column 3, you're going to choose the remediation plan that you have. So you have S2 validates S1. That means that a grade of a C or better in semester 2 will fix that first semester grade. You want to check that or highlight this one. You might get to complete a Canvas course outside of your semester 2 course. We're going to check our Canvas dashboard to see if that applies to you. Or maybe your teacher has given you a specific list of assignments to complete. You would check that. If you have an Apex class, you might want to go ahead and write that in there, and that will also show up on your Canvas. Here, we're going to go into Canvas and actually copy and paste our assignments in, creating a list. And on this last part, we're going to set a date. Now, I usually encourage you guys to choose about a 2-week deadline, and we're going to go into why later. It's important to know that Montclair High School will be checking on March 12th for remediation, so we are hoping that most of our students are on track by this March 12th deadline. Let's look at an actual remediation plan template. Your second period teacher will be sharing this remediation template with you, and it will also appear in your Canvas announcement page. You'll go ahead and fill it in. So let's say our student has a biology class, maybe they have an English class they need to complete, and maybe this one already is done, so no need to complete. All right, they're going to converse with their teacher. Maybe biology says, you know what, S2 will validate S1. Again, this is going to change from teacher to teacher and class to class, so it's important that you communicate with your teacher. I'm going to delete this part really quick so you can see how to fill it in. And we're going to go ahead and jump into a dashboard. A remediation course outside of a semester course will look something like this. So we have a science remediation course. It's going to show up on your Canvas dashboard. If you are in list view, you may not see it. So you're going to want to go ahead and put your card view on for this so that you can see any new cards or tiles that have appeared on your dashboard. Now we're going to go into my test student, Mr. Ruiz, from another high school that has volunteered to take my remediation course. So we're going to see here that the teacher, in this case me, has assigned my remediation student 3 assignments and 1 exam. So my remediation student is going to want to highlight the assignment. They're going to want to copy it. They'll go into the remediation plan. They can choose numbers or bullets and paste that assignment right in. You're going to want to do this for each assignment. It's important that you create this list because we're going to use that for the measurable and we're going to use that for the time-based part of our SMART goal. So again, they're going to go in, highlight the assignment, copy, paste. Now my test student is going to want to talk to their teacher. Perhaps that teacher has said March 6th is the cutoff date. So they would write March 6th. All right, and you're going to do that for each of your classes that you need to remediate. Let's go back to the presentation. Now we're going to dig a little deeper into measurable and attainable. Once you've created the list of assignments necessary to complete your remediation, you're going to tally them or count them up to get a grand total. Don't worry if this number seems large. You won't be completing them all in one night. The next thing you're going to want to do is decide on a date. So pick out your calendar, choose a date. I usually encourage 14 days as a good place to start. And you're going to put that on your remediation template. You're going to divide the total number of assignments you have by your target date. So in this case, if I choose 2 weeks, I'm going to take 54 assignments. So maybe my student had 9 assignments for each of their 6 classes. So they have 54 total assignments. They're going to divide that by 14 days, and they get 3.85. So I don't want you doing this like partial assignments. So if I can, I'm going to encourage that student to round up to 4 assignments per day. What that means is that that student is going to commit to doing 4 assignments each day for 14 days. Hopefully, at the end of those 2 weeks, if they've done those with competency, they're going to go ahead and be able to remediate that class. So think about this. In 2 weeks' time, you could possibly have all of your first semester class remediated. Importantly, you want a progress check at the end of each day by crossing assignments off your list. So you can take a highlighter and highlight them off. You can do a strikeout. You can delete them. But the important thing is that daily you want to take assignments off this list. Digging deeper into relevant and time-based. Remember, remediation is relevant because it's going to keep you on track towards graduation. It's going to allow you to have more options for your post-secondary goals, like meeting your A through G requirements, and it's going to create hope for you and your family. The time-based part means that you're going to need to choose that date. So remember, March 12th is the date that MHS has set, but we want you to choose a date before March 12th in case you need a little bit of wiggle room. At the end of the day, Cavs, your remediation starts with you. But remember, you have lots of support on your side. Ask your teachers which remediation plan you are eligible for. Determine which assignments are required and organize them on your My Remediation Plan template. Pick a completion date, at least 14 days out. Determine the number of assignments you will complete daily and check your progress frequently. Cavs, you can do this. If you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me in my office, in the discipline office, Mrs. Pankratz. You can call us here at the office, ask your teachers, or send me an email. Thank you.